youtube.com/openupyourmind101.
Yeah, I got Sister Tassili Ma'at. I got Dr. Richardson coming up, and I got the chef coming up. And thanks to my good sister Tracy for making this all happen, this particular interview. Tonight we're going to be talking about the meat out, the vegetarian food fair. We're going to dive right into it after the break, but right now in the between time, in the between time, of course, giving praise and thanks to the Creator for allowing us the voice, the wherewithal, the spirit to see this information come through us as a vessel, and we have to keep ourselves in that spirit so message is untainted, all right, because we're held responsible for each and every individual within the sound of my voice, all right. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for having your brother for 2 days. I really appreciate that. Shout out to my man Is Real. Really appreciate that for making it happen. And all the brothers and sisters at the Cultural Connection. All the brothers and sisters. Tasseline, Khalid El Hakim's wife, hooked it up. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you. Just want to shout out to a few people. I don't know if Skinny Minnie's listening, but Aisha and Skinny Minnie, thank you very much. Peace. I really appreciate everything y'all did. My man Keith Pagis, I need y'all, when y'all go to the shop, I need y'all to check out Peeled Juice Bar, Peeled. All right, Peeled. All right, check out Peeled. And of course, my sister bringing up the Haitian Revolution all the way down south in the Chi, Ludi. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. If y'all don't know how to pronounce that, she said her name is part Russian, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe she had to take that out with her mom and dad. But Ludi, all right? She said she's going to flex some muscles in a minute. She want me to check out, so I don't know. I'm going to put her to the test, do some push-ups or something. All right, my girl Jess calling all the way in from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to see y'all in a minute. In Nashville, of course, Dallas, Texas. I'm going to see y'all in a minute. I'm going to make those announcements a little bit later on. Shout out to Khalid El Hakim. We're on this venture to get and produce this film called Artifactual. All right. I need y'all to help us out with this. Nickels, dimes, food stamps, whatever you have. Go to www.gofundme.com/artifactual. ARTIFAXUAL. Artifactual. We are documenting the 7,000 artifacts that this brother has collected over the last 25 years. And we'll see what the elders have to say about that. And some contemporary brothers that's on the scene right now as we speak. All right. Shout out to my man Jason Orr at the ATL. It's May 21st, y'all. The Funk Jazz is going down in the ATL. I need y'all to make your way to the ATL. May 21st at the Tabernacle, 9 p.m. Funk Jazz Cafe, Arts Music Festival. All right. I'm going to make this announcement once again just to kind of let y'all know. Y'all can hit Jason up at Funk Jazz Cafe on Facebook, Funk Jazz Cafe channel on YouTube, Funk Jazz Cafe, that's Cafe with a K, y'all. Instagram, Twitter, and of course you can tweet him, all right? That's May 21st. Mark it on your calendar, Saturday, May 21st at the Tabernacle, 9 p.m. All right, I'm going to let y'all know where Public Enemy is going to be this Friday in San Antonio, Texas. Of course, I'm going to be in Baltimore the next day, which is Saturday, April 9th, with my man Darren Muhammad at the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum, 1601 East North Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. You can call Darren at 443-801-9863, or you just call me, Professor Griff, 678-557-2919. All right? I got one break, Tassili, and then I'm going to get right back to you and Dr. Richardson that's holding on the line right now. I'm going to take a brief break, and I'm going to be right back, all right? We're talking about a meat out. We're talking about a vegetarian food affair, all right? We're going to dive into that right on the flip side of this break. I'll be right back. This is Professor Griff here. All right, this is Professor Griff, and I am black. All right, the chat room is now open, so you can go in case you have some questions, anything that you want to ask our guests that we have coming up. And first up on the line, we have, and I think I'm just going to bring in Dr. Richardson as we talk, so I guess we can all join in on the conversation. Of course, we're going to bring the Chef Zoo in also, but I'm going to let Tassili start it off. Tassili, are you there?
I am.
Peace, Queen. How are you?
I am so divinely blessed and highly honored to be on your show tonight
Oh,
and to be a
give
part
thanks.
of the movement. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Okay, great, great, great. So, yeah, I'm here, and like I said, really excited about being on your show and being a part of the movement of healing our planet, one
Oh,
bite of
give,
food at a time, and
right.
particularly us, a reality, one bite of kale at a time.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. One bite of food at a time. So, just for the people that don't know you, tell the people who you are and exactly what you do and where they can find you on the West End and how beautiful and that you are and how delicious that food is over there.
I give thanks for that intro. Well, my name is Tasili Ma'at, and although I'm a native of California, I've been in Atlanta for 28 years, and I have been blessed to have the charge of healing our people using food as medicine via my restaurant, Tasili's Raw Reality. It's a raw vegan cafe, and we have been able to galvanize our people on several levels. One, to address the need of healing our people through our health concerns, because as Black people used to be the healthiest folk on the planet, now we're the sickest. And of course, we know that's by design. We're being bombarded with biological, chemical,
Mm.
and psychological warfare constantly. So we have to be fortified and recognize that the death industry doesn't have to drop one single, even though they got drones bombing everywhere else,
Right,
they're
right,
dropping bombs on us via the food, via the water, via the
right,
chemtrails. And so we have been able to begin to heal the people by giving them nutritious, healthy, raw food in a way that is so delicious, it doesn't even matter that they still eat meat. They have somewhere to begin their journey back to optimal health. We're also an excellent example of showing our people the principle of Ujamaa, which is the fourth principle of Kwanzaa, the
right.
Nguzo Saba, and it deals with cooperative economics. And then I would be remiss if I didn't bring in Ujima as well, which is collective work and responsibility, because my community, particularly the cultural community, the spiritual community, the folks of the West End, have come together to support my business since '08. And we grew from my initial start of $250 as the initial investment
Oh, wow.
to to last year in revenue, we brought in over $500,000.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
now
beautiful.
that's not profit yet. Okay,
Right.
I got to be clear about that. You
All
know,
right.
we hire over 23. We have 23 people on our staff. Okay, over half of them have families that they're supporting, and so I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe any banks anything when I say that. Now I do owe my ancestors, and I do owe the community. And so
Oh,
in that, I'm very vigilant about being sure that I bring the best quality available. We recently forged a very powerful economic relationship with a sister who is a farmer down in Macon. So we're able to get all of our kale 100% organic from a sister. Isn't that awesome?
well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, she cut any of the prices around from the farm, some of these other stores that we were having to deal with, these distributor centers,
Right.
and we're able to go directly to her to get that best quality to bring it back to our people and not have the price be raised because it's 100%
Right.
organic.
Right. Let me ask you
And
something. So, what is
no,
exactly what is meat out? Like, what is the vegetarian food fare for those meat eaters out there? I mean, you could. There's some people listening that's still eating shrimp, as they say in the ATL, scrump, and
well,
there's people that's they got the eating lamb and some of these other four-legged and two-legged and three-legged animals, and just for the people that's out there that's just talking about a meat out, like what is that?
Well, let me break it down because a lot of folks that come to our restaurant do still eat meat. In fact, over 65% of the customer base still eats meat, but they want to be healthy. So
Right.
they're looking for something to assist them in transitioning into a state of health. And not all of them even want to give up the meat. So what I'm helping people to do is to get in touch with their body wisdom. First, by just checking out how they feel when they eat certain foods. And the meat out is going to provide an opportunity for people from all backgrounds to come and gather information so that when you begin to get in touch with yourself, you have some tools with which to work with. And so
Right.
I like to help folks to identify where they are. And initially, someone who is a raw foodist will eat food that has not been cooked. That does include dehydrated food. A vegan is someone that eats no flesh of any kind, nor any animal byproduct. So that includes dairy and eggs and things of that nature. A vegetarian will eat no flesh, but may eat eggs and dairy products.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All
Now,
right.
what there's a growing clarification called the flexitarian. And the flexitarian is one that is flexible. They go for the very best quality, ideally organic, ideally whole foods, ideally farm fed and corn fed, free range animals, and they don't eat an abundance of meat. They may eat it anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week to maybe 2 or 3 times a month, depending on, where they are in their particular journey. But they strive to
Right.
get the best quality of everything that they can.
Right.
And then, of course, you have the carnivore who focuses primarily on meat. And then you have the omnivore who eats just anything. All are
You
welcome.
gotta say that. You gotta say that last one slow. Say that last one slow.
The omnivore will eat anything, i.e., the word omni. Okay, and all are welcome, provided you're open for a new experience. And we focus on starting with the best quality food so that we can then focus on making sure that it's delicious. Because it's really clear that if food doesn't taste good, it doesn't matter how healthy it is, nobody's going to eat it. And
Right.
so that's what we're known for, the deliciousness, along with the nutritiousness of it, and then along with the fact that people actually get a chance to see where their money is going. They get a chance to see how it feels to actually invest their money in a black-owned business that is in the community that keeps the money circulating amongst our people at least 4 to 5 times. Now we're working on that 7 to 11 times, like
Okay.
that Black Wall Street going on. But
Right.
right
Right.
now, we're keeping it as much as we can within our own community.
All right. So let me ask you something. So Tassili, uh, Raw Reality Restaurant. What are you guys bringing to the table that day? You're going to be preparing some dishes, some food to taste, and and educating some people while they're tasting the food so they can make that not the smooth move, but the smooth transition into a better live it instead of a diet.
Yes, we will be one of the vendors, so we will have a booth there, and I will also be a panelist. There will be a panel discussion dealing with the sacred aspect or the spiritual aspect of healthy eating. And so myself, Dr. William Richardson, Dr. B. Sirius, and herbalist Amira Thomas will be a part of a panel discussion so that people can learn the other component of healthy eating. And I'll also be teaching a Kundalini yoga class
Oh, that's
because
beautiful.
we believe in holistic well-being. So the meet out is going to give people an opportunity to really explore holistic well-being, not just vegetarianism, but holistic well-being, because they'll get a chance to meet body workers. There will be people there with natural products and other natural services.
Right.
And so it'll really be a powerful experience for anyone who is seeking truth. If you know that your life is not working, if you know that you were born to do more than just pay bills, the meet out is the place for you because you will be
Right.
able to come and find some answers.
Oh, okay. So let's let the people know where that is going to be. The meetup that's going to be on that Sunday, April 10th. Is that correct?
Yes, it is, and
Okay.
it's going to be at Atlanta Metropolitan College,
Okay.
and it's from 7 on the 10th. It's coming Sunday.
Right. All right. So that's April 10th from 2 to 7. And there's going to be a panel
Yes.
discussion. It's going to be at Atlanta Metropolitan State College, Easley Conference Center, 1630 Metropolitan Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia. It don't cost that much to get in, but you got to pay something, some food stamps, Captain Crunch coupons, something. All right. I think it's $10 in advance, 15 the door. You can call the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia, 404-585-1043. It's a holistic health fair, all vegan food court, chef demonstrations, book signings, bodyworks pavilion, the Kundalini yoga class, the marketplace, giveaways, prizes. It's a meet out. All right. So don't get turned off or turned away. Even if you still eat meat, we wouldn't suggest you to bring meat in a brown paper bag or nothing like that. But just come and experience what it's like living on the other side. Because we was once on the other side with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? We're just trying to live our lives a little bit holistically, and we rather do the live it instead of the diet. So we're having a meet out Sunday, April 10th from 2 to 7. Anything you'd like to add before I bring Dr. Richardson and the chef and the other two brothers on?
Yes, absolutely. I'll say really quick. This being a politically motivated show that helps people to become conscious and to awaken into their role in this life that we're living. I want to say that you can be a modern day revolutionary without picking up a gun, without throwing a grenade, by simply choosing life. It's going to be expensive to be healthy in America. You're going to pay for it on the front end or the back end. So why not invest in yourself and your family by buying the best quality foods that you can afford? When you can do better, then do better. But in the meantime, do the best that you can do, because that way you're dealing with prevention rather than high doctor bills, hospital bills, pharmaceutical bills, high insurance bills, and a disease that you never had to have to begin with.
Right, the beautiful thing about that, it's almost we're singing the same song, which is a beautiful thing because it let us know that we're in the same key. I'm talking about the Dr. B's, the Dr. Scott Whitaker's, Dr. Scott Whitaker's, Layla Africa, and a few other people I can mention, Dr. Suzanne, and a few other people, and it's beautiful because I travel around the country, and I know a lot of you guys personally, and it's like something. You're right. We could be high brand revolutionaries because revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. And we could change this thing, like you said at the beginning of this interview, one bite at a time.
Right. And I'm not saying that the other forms of revolution don't have their place.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Malcolm said by any means necessary. But since most folk are not ready for that other form, let's start with at least being healthy. Can you walk a mile? Could you even carry 50 pounds on your back? Could you carry your comrade if they broke their leg? You know what I'm saying? Can you keep a secret? You know what I'm saying? Meditative focus.
Right. We laugh, but I said that at a lecture one time. I said, brothers, now listen, man, if your house caught on fire, can you get your wife and your children out? And the brother was sitting next to a 300-pounder, and he looked and he just kind of like shrugged his shoulders. I said, bruh, we got to start doing something different, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, listen, I'm not ragging on the chunky sisters out there. Don't get me wrong. That has its place, but I'm just saying to the brothers, we got to start doing some more push-ups or something, or both of y'all work on the live it instead of dying.
That's right, because you want to be around to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to see your children grow up. You want to have a legacy to leave them rather than debt and disease, because right now, that's where our people are headed. The clan, the system, the man, all the little cliche names for all the different folks that we identify as being enemies, they ain't got nothing on what we do to ourselves. Our people are on automatic self-destruct mode, and so one of the things I like to say is the enemy is really the inner me, okay? Because I don't value and love myself enough as the living temple of the Most High. Then what am I doing?
Right, exactly. That's beautiful. I'm going to write that one down.
If you don't control your food source, how free are you really? If you aren't educating your own children, how free are you really? If you don't own the land, how free are you really?
Oh, that's beautiful. The inner me is the inner me. All right. We got to work on the inner me, all right?
That's it. And I'm honored to be on this panel.
Really appreciate it, as always. All right.
Yes, thank you so much. Give my shout out to Dr. Richardson.
Okay, give thanks, and we're gonna definitely thank Tracy over and over during these interviews to let her know how thankful we are for being in the community and pulling this together. All right, Tassili, I'm gonna stop by and get me a wrap, some kale, some something, make some raw juice, something. All right.
Oh, I got you. Thank you so much.
All right, peace, Queen.
Peace and love, King.
All right, that was Tassili from Tassili Raw Reality. It's definitely a reality. The sister dropped it on us, man. She said we could be revolutionaries, a different kind of revolutionary. She says the enemy is really the inner me, and we're talking about a meet out. All right, really, really, really critical that we pay strict attention to what our elders and those of us that are on the front line are offering us. All right. Up next, my good brother. He's a little bit taller than me, but I don't mind. I'll take him to the hoop any day. Dr. Richardson know that, but anyway, me and Dr. Richardson go way back. That's my brother. How you feel, good brother?
Hey, I'm feeling great, brother man. Greetings
Okay.
to all the brothers and sisters.
Oh, give thanks, good brother. This is Serious Minds Radio, where serious minds attract serious minds, and you're one of those kind of brothers that definitely welcome to the show, as you know, at any time, but especially tonight. We're talking about this meet out. I'm on every Tuesday between 8 and 10, and this is a special one because Tracy called me and says, brother, I'm doing this thing. Can you help me out with announcing it? I said, of course, sister. Who you want on the show? She just gave me a list of people. I said, I know all of them. Let's make it happen. All right. So,
That's
Dr.
right.
Richardson, what is your take on this whole idea of a vegetarian food fair? And explain to the people through your lens, what is a meet out?
A meet out is a time to get your family and friends involved in a frankly a normal diet of eating plant food.
Right.
And it's essential. Can you hear me well first?
I can hear you.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so it's essential to get people on board with this because there are implications that go all the way to Africa, as far as Asian and famine and whatnot being caused by the pollution from the eating of flesh.
Right.
I'm a medical doctor. Every day people come in. They want to reverse their male potency. They want to reverse heart disease. They want to reverse cancer. And the first thing I tell them, you got to get off that meat because it cools the body down.
Wow.
It takes a lot of energy to digest it. It causes even eggs. Eating one egg a day is like smoking 5 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
The egg white putrefies in your colon and sets up colon cancer. If you bring a chicken in the house, the bacteria contaminate your whole house and you can't even get rid of the contamination with industrial strength cleaners for weeks.
Wow.
So, this is so serious, brother.
Yeah, it is. But I know a lot of people that substitute the egg for tofu or something like that. Is that any better?
Tofu is definitely better. Tofu, the best soy is really fermented, like tempeh or miso, although miso is salty. And it's not one of my favorite foods, but I don't think it causes cancer. It blocks the effects of estrogen, so it actually prevents cancer. But the Asians who eat it don't eat goo gobs of it like we do. They eat it sparingly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Right.
And I'm going to tell everybody, I have a lot of articles on my website, acpm.net, that are free for the public to look at. I'm all about educating people. I've been practicing for decades, and we've had cancer reverse. We've had heart disease reverse, male potency problems reverse, all types of problems reverse. And one of the bases of what I do is get people on what I consider a normal human diet. Most of the time on the planet, people have been eating a plant-based diet. If
Right.
you look at early humans, a fossilized Putin, it's all fruits and vegetables, and eating one steak um, destroys 1,000 gallons of water. That's like taking a shower for 20 minutes every day for 2 months. That's the type of exploitation that we're doing to the planet when we eat meat. We're hurting our bodies, the planet, causing starvation, and also it affects consciousness. And you know this, brother.
Yes,
You,
boss.
you can't see as much as you can see when you don't have that dead flesh in you. So, but I want to scare everybody away. People who eat meat, hey, we love you too. Come to the meat out, taste all the different flavors, all see um, the um, the health of the people. I'm not saying every vegetarian is healthy or vegan, but still, there's a level of higher health, longevity, higher consciousness that you'll experience. And meat may be addictive because it does stimulate opioid receptors in the brain. You may have to wean from it or go cold turkey.
Right.
But it's worth it. It's so worth it, man. And,
Right. So let me ask you something. So I have a very well informed listening audience, and but I think sometimes they want basic questions answered and something practical. Like, for example, for just this week from Monday to Friday, like what did you eat? What did you eat Monday morning? Like yesterday?
Yes, absolutely. So let's go to that. It's a great question. So I'm a vegetarian, not a pescatarian, first of all.
Okay.
So that means I wake up, I drink a nice couple of cups of water, and then I'm going to do some calisthenics, like Navy SEAL style calisthenics, maybe 100 jumping jacks, 100 half jumping jacks. I consume 50 push-ups and on, get my heart rate up, a few weights. Then I'll have a tub of greens with some chopped fruit on them, like organic orange, and some berries. And that'll get my day started. Then I go to the office, start working, get settled. Then I make a smoothie. So I'm putting like probably 3 cups of kale, maybe some protein powder, berries, fruit, eat a lot of fruit. And so by 12 noon on a good day, I've had 6 cups of greens because greens give you more protein per calorie than meat. And I'm supplementing it with other protein sources. And I may have, I can make a sweet potato pie raw that is really good. I may have a slice of that or a food, oat bar or something. Then more salads and marinated greens and broccoli, giant plates of that with hummus and maybe seed crackers.
Right.
I may have another smoothie. I may put in the smoothie a raw chocolate, some avocado, or even avocado seed dehydrated and pulverized, a maca, so I just eat well. And many times I've had people half my age come in. I say, how many push-ups can you do in my office in Atlanta? And I'm 62, and these cats are 25, 30,
wow.
And I say, how many push-ups can you do? They say 30. Okay, let's get down and do it. Really? Yeah, let's get down. Here's some paper towels. And they can't even get up to 30. And I'm on 60 smoking, So this is a very serious issue, our health as a community, just like Sister Tassili said.
Right.
And we coordinate because my business is American Clinics for Preventive Medicine. That's why it's acpm.net. Everybody can look, see what we do, see the lectures, whatever. And then we need like citywide fast where you can go and get blood tests, see where your cholesterol is, this and that. Go on a fast or change your diet. Go to Tassili, go here, go there. And then a month later, recheck blood work. And voila, you'll notice your cholesterol's dropping, your kidney function's better, you're going to feel better. Just try it out on your own. And I just appreciate the opportunity to speak out about this.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing, especially when you're in that place where you're actually practicing it. Because one of the questions I keep getting from people, and I hear it all the time, being a vegetarian and being vegan is expensive. So they say it's a whole lot more expensive than eating at McDoubles and Dunkin' Donuts and Toxic and Dairy Queen. some of these places, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you
What do
really
you say
want to
about?
hear what I say to people when they say that? You really want to hear it? Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to say it. What I say is it's a lot more expensive per act of sex to be married than use a prostitute. So eating McDevils is like using a prostitute. And I don't use prostitutes not because they're not pretty, but because they're somebody's wife, mother, or daughter. That's why I don't do it.
Mm.
So that's where I'm at with that. And in ancient Africa, when we had things really set up, I'm going to go to African land for a second. People walked out and just picked all this stuff. We blew our culture. We're not set up. We should have farms. We're way behind where we should be, as you know, economically, organizationally. But we're holding on with people like yourself, Sister Tassili, myself, the Black Vegetarian Society. We're holding on with the crew of the core of what we are going to build our world and nation with. We have it. We're very conscious. I love our community. And so we have the essence and we have to materialize things. When we do, you can sprout things that are very, very cheap. It's very economical. You just have to set it up right.
Right, but Dr. Richardson, let's talk. Just you and I as brothers. This brother has $9, and if you can go get a 12-piece at Kentucky Fried Chicken for $4, a drink, some mashed potatoes, some corn, and some other stuff is crawling around in that box. That brother is not gonna go around the corner to one of them other places, man, and spend his whole $9 on something healthy. He's just not gonna do that.
Well, what you could do is, frankly, buy a bag of beans for less than $1 and start soaking them. Buy some brown rice, soak that, and then they prepare it. And then the rest of it goes to a head of broccoli, a head of cabbage, and a head of lettuce. And that's all you need for 3 days, and maybe some fruit. Now, that may cost about $12. But you can do it. It's a priority because you can fill up on sweet potatoes and broccoli. You could just eat sweet potatoes and broccoli and live for years with nothing else, frankly. That's how deep it is.
Okay.
They did a study and just had people eat white potatoes, which is not my favorite food, for 6 months. And they were not deficient in protein. This type of food, this plant-based food, if you eat whole food and eat enough of it, you will get your nutrients. It's good to eat a variety of it.
All right. What do you say to my brothers out there? And they are my brothers because I got some soldiers that smoke weed and they call themselves vegetarians or even vegans, but they say it's natural and they just they're hitting the lock every other day. You understand? So what do you say to them? Or what do you say to the sister, beautiful black queens that sip wine? What do you say to them, to the weed smokers and the wine drinkers?
That's a great question. First of all, I want to say medicinal marijuana is one of the best medicinals out there on the planet, and it needs to totally be legalized, and they need to quit putting people in jail over it. First of all, I'll say that.
Right.
Now, in countries where it is legalized, people are less likely to want to be junkies to anything. So anything you feel you have to do every day, in a way, you're more dependent than you should be. So weed or marijuana is a power plant, and it can be used medicinally as necessary. But if it's going to be used like certain people may use it for enlightenment or that sort of thing, which you can actually do with meditation, but you would just take a little bit, fast, do some exercises and take a much smaller amount. But if you're bombarding yourself with it to get intoxicated, then that means you are toxic, frankly.
Right. So you mean to tell me, because I've heard, I'm not going to say who I heard it from because I don't want to put anybody out there, but as soon as you take the weed, the marijuana, and put the fire to it, it turns it into a chemical.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, you should definitely not cook it like that. It changes the chemical constructions, and it does totally alter it and makes it much more harmful. If anything, I think in Jamaica, every family has a concoction of it, liquid, and they take sips of it for particular purposes or during certain times of illness. But yeah, any type of smoke is detrimental. It's much better to consume it more strategically in a non-smoke form. That's definitely for sure.
All right,
And
so
your body's clean enough, you really don't need that much, frankly.
right, exactly. I went to a holistic health practitioner, doctor, the other day, and he put gave me drops of cannabis like under my tongue to heal this sciatica in my nerves in my leg, and it worked. But I'm driving home like feeling like Snoop Dogg type shit. I'm just like, man, okay, I don't know if I want to go back and do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I had to go home and bed because I've never gotten high in my life. You understand what I'm saying? But there's just
I don't know if he gave you the one with or without THC. That's the question I would ask.
Oh, bro. See, I should have had this information before I went to him because he's like, yo, this is what you need. Blah, 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 blah. Try this for a week. But if I tried it one day, I'm like, I got to go back and talk to him here. Here your drops go, bro. I don't know about that because I need to be functional. Like Cat Williams said, I got shit to do today. You understand what I'm saying? But
yeah. Well, that's like using a herb like a drug, using it primarily. With sciatica and things, I prefer also to use positioning in certain exercises and how you sleep. And it's not just about taking something. It's about positioning things and allowing yourself to heal.
Right. Now, let me ask you about another brother, a holistic health practitioner. I met with him. He gave me this stuff called Kratom, like Kratom.
I don't know that one.
Doesn't sound familiar. Okay, I'm gonna take that jar and put that right there. We just leave that there for a second, cause man, yeah. But anyway, I'm doing the people. The people are supporting me via the GoFundMe, and I've had acupuncture, massages. I've from Chinese people, from Dr. Melanie Leal Africa's wife, and some other people. I'm healing the best way I can because I'm gonna tell you I can't do that other kind of medicine. So I'm not going to no doctor. I don't want them touching me, sticking in me, giving me a prescription. None of that stuff.
You're right. Now, as a physician, I've been, a long time had planned to be a physician, but I never said I was going to be I'm a physician for the people, and also. Right. I like natural things, and also I think the way I look at it, I'm serving the person, and I offer them various things, and they choose what they want. See, doctors have it twisted, even some of the natural ones. You are under the person. You are serving the person. And
right.
You give them all the information and everything you can that they can use to help themselves, and they will pick what they choose, what they want.
Right.
And so people got it twisted. So in many ways, in my opinion, I'm more holistic than so-called many holistic practitioners, even though I'm a medical doctor, but I'm very, very holistic and a natural, I have naturopathic tendencies. In fact, many times I meet with them on the West Coast, a group of naturopaths, and I'm the only MD, but it don't matter to me. Nowadays, it matters who has the information. It don't matter the letters behind your name. It matters what you can do.
Right. But let me ask you something before I get to Chef Zoo. Should this is the last question. Should the average person go cold turkey? Like someone listening to this now, should they wake up tomorrow morning and forsake their Captain Crunch cereal or their Cheerios or Frosted Flakes or whatever? Should they just say the hell with it? And then I hear some women say, well, my personal trainer said I should eat 6 small meals a day. I mean, how true is this stuff? And are we getting back?
I mean, if you look at other primates, they're eating a large amount of food, like gorillas eat 50 to 60 pounds a day. They eat 22 pounds of dark green leafy vegetables per day, and they're eating many times throughout the day. So basically, technically, you should eat when you're genuinely hungry and make sure you're drinking a lot. So in many ways, now me, as far as like a big bigger meal. I have one bigger meal a day, but throughout the day, I'm drinking smoothies, eating fruit, eating greens, and all that sort of stuff. That's how I do it. And then yes, it depends on what type of life or results you want to have. I mean, if you're facing like some crazy stuff like cancer or your blood pressure is sky high or you want to get rid of heart disease, yeah, you go cold turkey as you possibly can. When I started this path, I was 19 years old, so I had a little time. If you're starting it at 55 years old, you may not have as much time, so you need to bear it and go as quickly as you can to that, what you can handle and get some guidance. But definitely come to the meet out and check me out on my web at acpm.net. It's right here in the Atlanta area, and it's so I'm here to serve, and I really appreciate being on your show so much.
Oh, give thanks, and I really appreciate you, good brother. And we're gonna get together on the basketball court. How tall are you? Like 6'7" or something?
No, I'm just 6, man.
Oh, I'm just saying. I got Ivan Allison. What's his name? Allen Iverson.
Oh, you mean the basketball player?
Skills, man. I got some and one skills. You understand what I'm saying? I'm there. I'm like 5'5" or something, bro. I am not playing basketball with you. You understand what I'm saying? You out push up in 30-year-olds and whatnot, bro. Anyway, but I really appreciate you, man. And I will not be in town that particular weekend, but if my schedule changes, I'm definitely coming to the meet out. All right?
All right, brother.
I really appreciate you, good brother. You take care, all right?
You too, man. Peace.
All right, peace. I got the Chef Zoo coming up next after this break, but it's the meet out. It's Sunday, April 10th, 2016, 2 to 7 p.m. All right, they're having a panel discussion, the spirituality of eating and how foods affect the mind, body, and spirit. Dr. William Richardson, who we just heard from, he's at the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Clinic, and Dr. Thomas, the Green Leaf Herbal Solution, Tassili, of course, at Tassili's Raw Reality Restaurant. Dr. B is going to be there doing his thing. Matter of fact, let me call Dr. B, see why he ain't on here, man. See if we can get him on here. And I got Chef Zoo coming up. There's some brothers and sisters going to be there actually preparing food. Y'all need to get there. The phone number to call is 404-585-1043. That's the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia's Holistic Health Fair. All vegan food court, chef demonstrations, book signings, bodywork pavilion, kundalini, yoga class, marketplace, giveaways, and whole much more. All right, this is Professor Griff here on Serious Minds Radio. We're about to click over and talk to Chef Zoo. Are you there with us?
Peace, peace. How's everybody feeling?
Everybody's good, bro. Sounds like you there. So you good?
Oh, yeah, I'm divine, man. Everything is right on time.
Oh, give thanks. All right, so you what you bring to the table, definitely a different kind of energy to this meet out. Let the people know, what do you want the average person? I'm talking about Tay, Man, Twan, Day, Man, and then what do you want them to take away from this once they go through the meet out and they taste some food and meet some people and do the Kundalini yoga class and have they might run into some Aeritarians and some other people. What do you want them to walk away with?
I would say options and alternatives. They could walk away with, some options like, okay, well, I've seen how the brother prepared the fish alternative meal, or, I noticed how the sister, did the ear canaling, and now that's an option in the future for them to, go deeper down that road and, basically start the healing process. I'm hoping that they have already started it, though. But like you said, the average person probably hasn't. So, we fighting, but, it's a good fight.
Right. Let me ask you something. I had that heart-to-heart, man-to-man with Dr. Richardson, who's a really, really good brother. And I want to have that same conversation with you, but I want to ask you something really a little bit critical. And this is just from me to you. This is a conversation I would have with you if I bumped into you at, Soul Veg or something. I would say, brother, listen, I know some of the friends I have that still eat meat, they are a lot more aggressive than my vegetarian and vegan friends, right?
That's right.
If we're going to fight this battle against this open enemy, you don't think that some of us should not be vegetarians? I mean, especially if we play aggressive sports and that kind of thing. Should we eat this to get our? Should we eat meat to get our protein? What should we do?
Yeah, well, for the proteins, I would definitely go for the nuts, the beans. It's even really big right now in the market is pea protein. It's been around for a while, but it's like red market, or like they call it red water in marketing. Blue water,
Right.
red water right now. Everybody's jumping into plant based. So you can find pea protein almost anywhere right now. And you're still going to get that protein that you need. You're still going to be able to have a little exercise if that's what you're looking for. Um, and as far as the aggression, that's the animal aggression, So I would much rather be as stern as a tree, you know what I mean, than as wild
Right.
as a boar. Me personally. Um, so I look at it like that, like, in the elements and dealing with nature, you start to pull up these attributes from whatever you place in your body. Like they say, you are what you eat,
Right.
so you eating a whole lot of animal, you're going to have this aggressiveness to you, but at the same time, you might think more animalistic to where you're not thinking like a civilized man.
Right.
So it's like, it's definitely I don't know, I wouldn't even really call it a gift and a curse, but it's definitely not a good situation, I would think, to take these hormones, because that's another thing, the hormones in the food. I know
Yes.
so you're getting a lot of that too, these hormones that you really don't need. So if they're not making you always aggressive, the flip side is they're making you real feminine.
Mhm.
And now you can't fight well, because the milk, all of those cows that you get the milk from, those are female cows. So you're dealing with estrogen. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And cheese products and dairy products and all of that stuff, once again, is still coming from that female cow. So you taking all of that in and becoming real, you know, feminized in the mindset of when it's time to knuckle up or do what you got to do. You might be the last one. The dude under the table. How you always, be like somebody that ran and then slid up under the table. And that's
Right.
where it comes from. If you ask me, right now, the climate, because I'm seeing a lot of brothers will run up under the table. Um, so to say that it's only aggressive, I think that you can get that feminine side too, messing with them animals, or you could get the aggressive. But either way, I'd rather stand firm like a tree. So we dealing with the plants. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
dealing
So
with something that has roots and has connection to the earth and the universe. These plants, these animals, they talking about the proteins and this, that, and the third, but the majority of what you're getting out of the meat, the animals are getting it out of the plants that they eat. These animals that we used to eat, and some people that do eat them now, they don't eat meat.
cows
You
are
know what I mean?
vegetarians?
So, as far as I know, cows don't eat meat. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't think chickens do either.
Right.
Or ducks, or you know. So for the most part, the majority of the meat that's on the market, industrialized, that's the situation with that. But I would definitely tell people to, just have an option. If you're not ready to fully jump into it, because it is a lifestyle, at least have the option to know and start out, like a meatless Monday. Just, do it once in a while to save money. I do a price point workshop to where I break down the prices. I can do you some cabbage steaks for $1 a steak, probably a little bit under that.
Hmm.
Or you could try to go get you a T-bone steak for like $12.
Wow.
Our joint still tastes good. So now we're getting in economics. We're saving a little bit of money, things like that as well. So it's a lot of benefits from just trying to go down that path and seeing what it has to offer.
Right. Right. All right. So, the new alligator shoes came out. I wanted to get me a pair. You know, I'm trying to save up. I noticed I'm spending a lot of money on food. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I wanted to save my money. What kind of meal plan could you write out for me for the week that I could duplicate for 3 weeks so I could save money to get some alligator shoes with, like, with the gold buckle.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, man. I would just do like, oatmeal and bananas in the morning if you're really trying to do it like old school to where we used to eat the ramen noodles and stuff. A little bit of tuna.
Right.
I throw the tuna up in the ramen noodles and had like a little something going on. But and we was on a budget so tight, So if it was like that, I would say do a lot of bananas, a lot of oatmeal, do some nuts for your protein, for breakfast. You can flip that up and turn it into a couple of different oatmeals. Throw some peaches in it one morning, throw some strawberries in it the next morning, maybe throw some, maple syrup in it with some cinnamon the next day. And that, it's going to give you a lot of energy, the oatmeal, but it's at a really low price point. Still healthy for the body, basically. Depending on who you're studying from, certain people might tell you that, that's not an approved ingredient, but like a Dr. Sebi, he definitely has a very strict regimen, and a lot of things are on his list. But for the most part, I would say an oatmeal for the breakfast. You could do the fruit and the nuts with that. Throw some dates and raisins and things like that in it to switch it up. For lunch, I would do something like maybe zucchini. Like take the zucchini, batter it, it'll come across like a piece of fish or something like that. More meat alternatives. You could do like pâtés. You could take some nuts or something like that, some sunflower seeds, soak them till they sprout, put them in a food processor. It's like a pâté. It's like a spreadable meat now, but it's straight from the nuts, straight from the seeds.
Right.
And that's really inexpensive. I mean, you could spread this stuff on your sandwiches all week long, for $5-6. So you got some type of similar to a meat substance. I never ate deviled ham when I was eating meat. It didn't sound right back then, deviled ham, but it would come across like a consistency like that, or it's another one. I forgot what it's called. I used to call it not liverwurst, but I forgot what it was. But it would have like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But it's been so long since I've been messing around. But and all praise for that. But so let's say just a pâté. You do like a nut pâté, which will come across like a meat for lunch. You could do that all week long. You still have enough to share with $5-6. Another alternative would be like an eggplant cutlet. How you have like chicken cutlet sandwiches. You could just take some eggplant, roast that. That's like a chicken cutlet, but it's eggplant. Throw some marinara on that. Maybe make some cashew cheese, throw it on top of that, and then you got an eggplant parmesan. And that's really inexpensive. You can get an eggplant for like $1 and get 3, cutlets out of it, because you'll get 3 and cut those in half. That's 6, and you got that for like $1.
All right.
And then like for dinner, I'll maybe, do something like maybe like a carrot tuna. You know what I mean? Something that you can juice the carrot and still get the juice from it. Mix that with something else, like an apple carrot juice or whatever. And then you could take that pulp and basically, recycle it and turn that into a tuna. So you're getting 2 for 1. So a little dose in there, and you're getting your minerals and all of that stuff too out of the sea. And you basically got that one for free. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the juice too. There's so many ways to go though, but I mean, we could do that for like $30 and you ate all week, you know what I mean? And you still got your vitamins, your nutrients, your minerals, all of what you needed, your energy, and no meat, no cheese, no dairy products, and I think what I've said too, that was really no gluten, because you could do a breadless, Parmesan milk.
But I think a lot of people see these terms. Wait, before I say that, because you mentioned gluten, but before I say that, you mentioned carrot. The brother that I went to see, the holistic health brother, he told me because I have sciatica, for me not to eat carrot. And
I wouldn't doubt it.
So I eat bananas and carrots.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't doubt it. Like carrot is known to be one of the so-called crossbred plants. Another word for that would be, man-made. But a lot of the fruits that we eat today, a lot of the vegetables that we eat today are crossbred. And I believe.
Okay, hold on, bro. You got to slow down with that one. Hold on, let me just get that. I'm processing that. Carrots, like Bugs Bunny type carrots, like man-made. You said?
Yeah. Actually, Dr. B breaks it down really good in the in the video online. But
I can't eat carrots.
Yeah. Be Serious broke it down really good. But it's the African yam and the yarrow or the Queensland lace, and Europeans that came to Africa and noticed that the site was like stealth with the brothers and the sisters. They could see a gazelle running across the field. And then they was coming like, yo, we can't even see like y'all could see, but why can't we see like y'all could see? and they were deficient of beta carotene and some other things. Um, and so they tried to take the wild yam back to Europe and grow it, but it wouldn't grow right in the temperatures and things of that nature. So they basically put it in the bed with the yarrow or the Queen Anne's lace, and now we got the carrot that we eat today. Um, and I cross-referenced that, but I actually got that from Dr. B. Serious, and then I cross-referenced it, and sure enough, from there I went into animal husbandry, and it was like a whole nother realm that I didn't even understand at first. So shout out to Dr. B. Serious for even putting that there like that. But
Right.
yeah, it's a lot of the fruits and vegetables, and that's why I said Dr. Sebi is very strict. He's not going to go with anything that's hybrid, crossbred or man-made. His list is very minimal on what you can put in the body. And to be fair, for people that's transitioned, and I was always taught by the elders to meet people where they are. So at the meet out this weekend, I'm going to do a tribute to him by doing a zucchini fish that's going to be encrusted in falafel, made from garbanzo beans, and everything that the fish alternative is made from is Dr. Sebi approved items. I'm going to pair it with the avocado blueberry coleslaw, which, that's more for a person trying to meet them where they're at. So we're going to do balance scale. We're going to show you that this is the extreme. This is what's going to bring those alkaline levels up. This is what's going to bring that pH up. This is going to get that body all the way right. But at the same time, this is another healthy option. But there are some things that may have been hybrid, and like I said, the majority of our fruits and vegetables are today, especially what you can find in a store. Yeah, the majority of that stuff is definitely a hybrid.
Right. All right. I'm back in the day. I'm 55 now, so I'd say probably 35 years ago, I was like probably in the best shape I was ever in my life. In order for me to graduate certain aspects of the martial art, I had to break boards, and ultimately, I had to condition my body and my mind and my spirit to break a brick and to graduate to those higher ranks, black belt, third, second, and third degree. And me, I accomplished it. I broke a brick, but I'm thinking at 55 now, how could I see on the flyer it says here the whole idea of the spirituality of eating and how foods can affect the mind, body, and the spirit. At 60 years old, which is in 5 years for me, I want to be able to break a brick again, like just straight up crush it. You understand what I'm saying? What can I begin to do now other than qigong and developing my chi and controlling that and shifting it and moving it where I need it? But what can I do as far as the food is concerned to begin to get my optimum health?
I would say do a diverse intake on the vegetables and the fruits. Reason being is because the vegetables and the fruits, we eat those for the vitamins and the minerals, the nutrients, which go into the blood. The blood then goes to the organs. So to keep all of the organs at tip-top shape, we need to make sure that the vitamins and nutrients are being delivered, which would be in the blood, which would come from come from the fruits and the vegetables. So, that would be the main thing, because even pound for meat, when we talk about the meat, you're not getting as many vitamins and minerals. You know, you get a couple here and a couple there, and it's a couple that's harder to find in the plant world, like the B12s and iron is a little bit harder to find, per se. But that's what I would say. I would say, just make sure it's diverse, because a lot of people, I'm not saying you, but a lot of people will get stuck in their ways on what they do like. It's like I like apples, I like oranges. It's all types of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like so many different types of melons, so many different types of apples. There's so many different types of oranges. You got blood orange, you got this orange, you got that orange. So, just get into different types of fruits, different types of vegetables. Those vitamins and minerals are going to just be all up in their blood. They're going to hit them organs. I mean, your heart's going to be like it was when you was 30, because you're getting everything to it that it needs to stay up at its optimal. Your kidneys are going to be just the way they was, and then that's another thing, is that the body rejuvenates itself. Each organ, it has a different time frame, but when you're doing what you're supposed to do and getting the vitamins and minerals, that the actual body replenishes itself. It rejuvenates itself. It basically, like sheds its skin, almost like, we would see some type of amphibian, so, that's a beautiful thing that, I know brothers that been drinking for so long, they like, man, I might as well just keep drinking, man. I done already, you know what I'm saying, messed my organs up. It's like, yeah, you did, but, we could get you some dandelion root. We could get you some chickweed. Or there's so many different things we can get you. And, turn that around. Get you the vitamins and nutrients that you need to build back up the organ that you broke down, and in your situation, I know that wouldn't be the case. So, we know you good anyway. You joke it. You know what I'm saying? At 60 years old, come on, man. You already, like you said, ducking on 27-year-olds now. So we ain't worrying about that with you. But it is something out here we are worrying about it with, though. I am a member of the Zulu Nation, and a lot of the brothers are, the older ones are, really going through it right now. And as we've seen with Tribe recently, before that, Sean P, before that, Pumpkinhead, and the list goes on and on and on. So, and this is at 40. So like you said, I think Cecilia mentioned it earlier. When you factor in the lead in the water, the chemtrails, and then like the food, but most people don't factor that in really. They think they're eating a good diet, but almost every vegetable you ate was hybrid. A lot of them were acidic and didn't have a lot of pH, or a lot of alkalinity as far as the pH balance goes. And then you had chemicals and coloring and all of these other things in your food as well. So we got to really just be hip right now and understand that, we really are going against, Shaitan, we could call him whatever you want to say, Shaitan, the devil, Iblis. There's so many, Yagabab. I done heard all types of names, but, it's like supreme evil, when we see that people would, because that's the love of money. When they say the love of money is the root to all evil, when you love money so much that you would sell something to your family, friends, and anybody else to make a greater profit so that you could benefit financially, and that's what we're dealing with. So this is supreme evil. And that's the way, which way can I touch everybody today? How can I touch everybody today? Through the food.
Right, wow.
I can touch everybody today through the food. I used to say to myself, and I don't want to put this out there because I know they looking and watching, but, in my mind, I would say, if I wanted to do something to somebody, what would I do? And you think about war and things like that, and like, how could you really crumble somebody if they was trying to come against you? So I think about the country, and the two things, one would be food, water supply and food, that they go together. And then the secondly would be the CDC, which is in Atlanta. I said, well, why don't you just run a bus up into the CDC? You know what I'm saying? All of that airborne stuff would be spread around, and everybody would be infected. Well, it's much easier to just put it in the food. You know what I'm saying? Because this is silent assassination. This is silent. Now we don't got to hear no bombs. We ain't got to hear crying and hollering. They'll just die slow in these hospital rooms. And, it is what it is. So we got to be careful.
Right. Let me ask you just quick. Give me some real short answers with these. ED, erectile dysfunction. What foods can you eat so the brothers can? Yeah.
Erectile dysfunction is you have a lot of different herbs I would go to, but I would definitely say beets, things that are heavy in minerals, iron, and I would definitely go into herbs. And excuse me right now because I'm doing a couple different things, just trying to maintain. But I don't want to quote the wrong herbs. You know what I mean? I don't want to say,
cool. I want the short answer because a lot of people listening, they're on the move. They listening on their cell phone.
That's right.
They're on the move. Okay, so what should they stay away from? Because if you can envision this, the brother taught me that if you hold your hand up, right, where your thumb is in the air, all right, that's you when you in your 20s. Index finger's you when you're in your 30s. So on and so forth, 40s, 50s. By the time you get to the pinky, that's you in your 60s. So if we're talking about erectile dysfunction, brothers that are my age can barely get it up, having to take the blue pill. So what can they do to nourish the body in that, that part of the body to stay healthy in that way?
I would say the main thing with all diseases is always any type of dysfunctions really usually start with a lot of inflammation in the body. You know what I mean? A lot of them. So I would say just really minimize milk right away. Leave that white sugar alone right away, especially if you're not going vegetarian or vegan. These are two things you want to do immediately. Leave the milk alone because that's the estrogen too. So if you're a man and you're trying to get your thing up, but you're putting all of these female hormones in you, that's half of the battle right there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So just leave the milk alone.
Right.
and then that also will prevent the inflammation in the body.
Cool. I know you, like me, probably got some friends, some relatives, ex-girlfriend, or whoever. What's up with? Let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of our people, and I love our people to life, and the people that's listening know that. But we got an ashy ass problem. I mean, there's a lot of ash, bro. I'm just talking about not a ass, not ASS, not a lot of ass, a lot of ash, like some ashy brothers and sisters. I see brothers
That's right.
trying to style the new sandals because it was like 79 degrees the other day, and it's like, bruh. Now you got the dollar store sandals. They popping off, but bruh, you need some shea butter, some other kind of butter, some parquet, some margarine, something on your feet, bruh, because the ash is a problem. What causes that, and what can we do to kind of combat that? There's a sister, Gina Barge, out of Chicago. She created this stuff called "Kiss My Ash," and I play the commercial every week, but yeah, some people need to get and start purchasing that. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of ashy stuff going on. What do you say to that?
I would say one, just once again, go back to replenishing the body with things like I'm, big on electrolytes. So get your coconut water, your fresh coconut water. Use the aloe in the body and outside the body. And really from there, like those two, just to keep it really short. Like make sure that you keeping those pH levels in your body too. That's another reason why I said the coconut, because the pH levels really do matter. I mean, they matter in every aspect of everything, from how long your hair grows to how ashy your skin is to, the smell of the inside of the woman, the vagina, all of that deals with pH.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I would definitely say, go with the coconut, minimize things that bring the pH down as far as acid, stick with high alkalines, and do some natural things. Like you said, there's so many alternatives for the skin, but definitely do the shea butter. Even to me, more natural than that would be the aloe, because you could literally see the plant living, cut it
Right.
and open it up, and you're putting something living on your skin right away. It hasn't been processed or melted or any of that at all.
Okay.
So that aloe is key.
All right, cool. Okay, so the largest organ is actually the skin. So the skin breathes and it takes in, and it what you put on the skin.
Toxins all day. That's right.
Cool. All right, next quick question. Summertime is coming, and a couple of my friends that are listening right now know. I called them. I said, "Can I ask you something, just from a man to a woman? I mean, why do women, as soon as it get warm, they start putting on clothes that's two sizes too small for them?" And I'm seeing a whole bunch of muffin tops in Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? That fat that's hanging over the belt. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, how can sisters kind of work with kind of getting rid of that, maintain it, jar it, package it, hold it up, a different belt, something, cover it, do whatever. I mean, what can sisters do with the muffin top?
I mean, basically, all of that really is just it's a accumulation of unnecessary calories. So I mean, when you see, you know what I mean, that's in our reality, it's just an accumulation of unneeded calories. You done ate too much for too long. So I would say go into like smoothies and juices. So you still get your vitamins and your minerals, but you're not eating so much solids. You're still staying hydrated because it's summertime. And this way, you can just minimize your calories for a little bit, and you'll slowly see it go away. But also, you'll see your nails grow longer, your skin clearer, your hair is longer, and after that, you basically hooked anyway. Because that's everything, as far as the aesthetics. Women love the hair, the nails, the skin. So you get all of that from juicing, and you'll lose a couple pounds and still get your vitamins and nutrients.
Because I see some of these women that have resorted to actually getting the fat cut away, like having surgery, because they can't lose that stuff. I mean, is it the food that they're eating that they can't lose the weight because it's just staying there and it's sticking to them? I mean,
it's definitely the food, yeah. Like, we eat so much stuff that has no nutrition in it that our body wants more nutrition. So, for instance, if I eat a kale salad, my body's telling me, you're good. It's checking off that I got the minerals and the vitamins that I needed. If you eat a slice of pizza, your body's saying, well, I'm full, but I still don't have what I need. So then it tells you to go get more food. But as foolish as we could be, we'll go get some popcorn or some, cheese popcorn with hot flavor on it. And then we'll go get, some Twinkies that got strawberry filling and sprinkles on the outside. So our body's still saying, I'm full, but I don't have what I need. So then you continuously keep trying to feed your body because it's telling you there is no vitamins here, there is no minerals here, so I need something, so I want more. So then you go get ice cream. And, before you know it, you're not really putting in the body what it needs to understand that it's okay. So it feels like I'm not okay because you didn't give me what I needed. So that's why I'm telling people, get on them vegetables, get on them, fruits, because you will get the vitamins and the minerals. And then from there, your appetite will suppress itself. It's just all mental, but your body will tell the mind, I'm good. You know what I mean? Well, the body only does what the mind allows it to do.
Right, exactly.
Anyway.
All right, I got one last quick question, and then there's some people that are texting me that would like to stay in touch with you to get some more information from you. So, but let me ask you this one last thing. I see brothers, because the weather is getting better, brothers want to flex the muscles. I see these brothers reaching for the muscle milk and all that stuff that you buy over the counter, and brothers got steroids happening and, all this kind of stuff. And I see a lot of brothers that got the jailhouse build. They're really built up top. You understand what I'm saying? I heard a lot of that stuff make you a little wee, a little tiny, small. But anyway, these brothers are drinking this stuff and eating this stuff, and they got the jailhouse build and big up top, and they got little twigs as legs. You understand what I'm saying? What can weightlifters eat to keep that bulk? You understand what I'm saying? Without them having to eat meat, other stuff.
No doubt. I would definitely say I missed out on it earlier when we talked about the protein, but quinoa is a major one. And you could rock it so many different ways. You can make cereal out of it. You could throw the quinoa, in with whatever. If you still eat potato, you can make like a sweet potato quinoa burger. There's so many ways you could flip it. You could use it like a rice. So you're still getting that protein from that quinoa. Of course, your nuts, your nut milks, hemp seeds is really good. Your butters, from your peanut butters, your almond butters, things like that, if you don't want to always eat the trail mixes and things. But just, because those things have a lot of the protein in it, you know what I mean? So it's going to help build the muscle, more so. So just go heavy on the nuts, heavy on the seeds, and, stay away from a lot of just that unnecessary fat, Avocados is really good, too. I mean, it's, superfood. Avocados, I would definitely throw those in there and for anything. That's good for everything you said today. Just throw avocado on top of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Give thanks. Let the people know where they can contact you and get a hold of some of these recipes, man, because people are texting me. They don't want to call in. They rather text me, but they want some of these recipes, and they want to have a chance to have access to you to talk to you about some of these things.
Give thanks. I'm a ghostwriter who is transitioning into a vegan chef right now, so a lot of the stuff that I have online is about the music that I've done in the past, and we are in the process of transitioning over into farm style, a farm to table style plant-based cuisine. So basically, everybody could just hit me up through Methuselah. That's my name, and it's everywhere. There's a Facebook Methuselah, Instagram Methuselah, Twitter Methuselah, but the spelling of the name is METHUZULAH, Methuselah. And you can find me anywhere, online, and from there we could build. And really soon, we'll be launching our company, which will be doing garden installation, pop-up dinners, food demos, food photography, and a couple other things. We're actually going on the first plant-based hip-hop tour, April the 21st, Hip Hop Inducts 10th Element, which is health and wellness. So we start the hip-hop tour on April the 21st in New York. Got Bam Bada and a whole bunch of other people that's going to be there. And then from there, we go to 15 other cities, and we spread to each of these cities the new element of hip-hop, which will be the 10th one, which is health and wellness. So that goes down really soon as well.
That's really, 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 really beautiful, man. I really appreciate you. Chef Zoo, is it right?
Yes.
All right. I got you. All right. So I really appreciate you coming on along with Tassili, who set it off, Dr. Richardson, and of course you. And I tried to get in touch with Dr. B, but I guess he's out of commission. And Dr. Thomas. We'll see you all there at the Meet Out Sunday, April 10th. All right, Sunday, 2 o'clock from 2 to 7. All right?
All right. Peace, King.
All right. Peace to God. All right. All right, brothers and sisters. Once again, that's the Vegetarian Food Fair. The meet out that's Sunday, April 10th, 2016, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Open activities and other stuff going on, but it's a panel discussion dealing with the spirituality of eating and how foods affects body and spirit. Be on the panel, Dr. Thomas Tassili from Tassili's Rural Reality Restaurant, Dr. B Serious, at Atlanta Metropolitan State College, Easley Conference Center, 1630 Metropolitan Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia. I think it costs 10 bones to get in advance, pardon me, and 15 at the door. Well, bones, dollars. You'll know what I mean. All right. It's presented by the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia, 404-585-1043. All right. Once again, I want to thank Tracy for making this happen. Really appreciate you. And, of course, shout out to Dr. B. Shout out to Dr. Sabi, Scott Whitaker, Layla Africa, Dr. Suzar, all the brothers and sisters out there that are on the front lines. What's my man? What's the restaurant over there where Brother Charles is? It's going to come to me in a minute. That was Chef Zoo. We just got finished talking to. We had Silly set it up. And, of course, Emikola, Dr. Richardson. All right. I'll be right back. Professor Griff in New Orleans with a jazz band and a cipher. What y'all know about that? All right. We're going to make it happen. It's the ABME effect, y'all. I'm going to be down in New Orleans at the end of April, putting it down with the brothers and sisters in New Orleans. Yo, that should be really, 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 really exciting. All right. I got to get a few notes together, get a few things out of the way, because I definitely want y'all to make sure y'all check me and Darren Muhammad out in Baltimore this coming Saturday. Of course, I'll be in San Antonio, Texas with Public Enemy, going to www.publicenemy.com. I'll be hanging out with my man Darren and B More at the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum, 1601 East North Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. All right. But check this out. Y'all need to come through because y'all need to see that wax, a monument, statue that they erected of Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. Beautiful. So let's check it out. So Serious Mind and the State of the City presents a lecture and slide presentation, The Ballot or the Bullet, Professor Griff and Darren Muhammad, Saturday, April 9th at 4 p.m. Call Darren for tickets, vending. Your vending is open, man. So if y'all want to come vend, bring some bean pies, some vegan something, or some of the recipes that my man Chef Zoo was talking about. The number to call is 443-801-9863, or just call me 678-557-2919. Everyone that registered for the alchemical cipher, sit tight. We're still waiting to get X amount of people to sign up before we launch it and make it happen. All right. You should be getting an email, all right, from the camp. It's gonna make sure that happen, definitely. But I will be in Dallas, of course, with Professor Smith, James Smalls, of course, Mbadi Mukebamani Barudi, and David Banner, and yours truly, Professor Griff. And as y'all heard the commercial say, that's Saturday, April 23rd at 3 p.m. Saturday, April 23rd. And that night, I think I'm hosting spoken word. I might spit a couple of pieces myself. All right, just pulling some stuff out of the vault. All right. But in the meantime, between time, y'all sit tight because I'm opening up the phone lines for those of y'all that have some questions. A few people are hitting me up. They want those 3 people to come back. Dr. Richardson, Griff, you should have Dr. Richardson, Steely, and Zoo come back. Do a full-length show and give them each 30 minutes apiece. I will definitely ask them to come back and give us their expertise on what they know how to do best. I will definitely ask them. All right. In the meantime, between time, it's my people out of BMO. I want y'all to check them out, and I'll be right back on the flip side of this. All right. So y'all sit tight. Give me a minute. Minds that gave us the inside and out of what's going on Sunday, April 10th, 2016 at 2 p.m. to 7. And it's going to be a meet out, a vegetarian food fair. What I suggest, brothers and sisters, go taste some food, see what you like, and kind of use those foods as your transition away from some of this toxic death that we keep putting in our body. I think one of the first things that we should get rid of is dairy. I mean, dairy is just killing us. So if you're the kind of person that like nachos with smothered with cheese, if you like getting the number 3 at McDevil's through the drive-through, and you gotta have extra cheese. Um, if you have extra cheese on top of pizza and extra cheese on top of lollipops, and look, I mean, you got cheese in your damn cereal. I would suggest that you start with the dairy and just kind of do away with the dairy first. Second of all, meat. Yeah, you got to do away with the meat, seriously. And then you might want to work on the processed food because that stuff is not even food. All right, so yeah, if it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere, by the time it makes it to the shelf of the store, and then you turn around 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, and you buy it without looking at the expiration date, and it's critical. Everything, brothers and sisters, in moderation. You have to have a balanced limit. All right. I wouldn't suggest anybody eat at McDonald's, McDevils, I call them. Murder King, Burger King, none of these places. It's ridiculous. You're eating chemicalized death. They're not even raising this stuff in there, making it in a laboratory somewhere, and it's really ugly. And I don't know. Maybe I could kind of pull some stuff up and just kind of play it for y'all, so y'all can kind of understand exactly what the hell I'm talking about, man. For real. Hold on for a second. Hold on. See if I can do this. But in the meantime, between time, while I try to get this up, it's very imperative. You are what you eat. You are what you think you are. That's a very real dynamic, brother. All right, and we need to take this a lot more serious than we're taking it. All right, so we need to kind of work on putting like living foods in a living body, and that's very real. I know some of the bodybuilders and some of the other people out there might want to cheat because they want to get bulky real quick, especially doing the trying to get ready for the summer. But that's just not. If you can't go about it in a healthy kind of way, I would suggest you just kind of get with a personal trainer. And there are some personal trainers that are vegans. What is the brother's name in Miami, man? He gonna kill me because I can't pull his name up. But y'all can Google him. Vegan bodybuilder out of matter of fact, it's one brother out of Texas that I met recently over the phone, and it's one brother in Miami. So the brothers are definitely doing it. As far as them training martial arts, I've met a few martial arts artists that are purely strictly vegan, and this is a beautiful thing that these brothers can actually remain vegetarians and have that kind of lifestyle and that strenuous kind of workout with being vegans. All right, so I think we should kind of look these brothers up and see what recipes do they have, because I'm telling you this, and like Chef Zeus said, they're actually going to use food as a weapon. So we should be very mindful of that, and keep in mind what Dr. Richardson said, that basically you lighten the weed up, that turns the weed into a chemical, and we definitely shouldn't do that. And then Tassili left us with your enemy is your enemy. All right. These are some jewels that have been dropped on us, and we should kind of take it and make these things applicable to our lives. All right, so I'm going to try to pull up this little short clip that I want you guys to hear in reference to how they manufacture some of the food that you eat at some of the fast food restaurants. What I'm trying to pull up, and I put it up on the Serious Minds Facebook page already. So go to Serious Minds, and it might be Facebook/Enemy Minds. Just pull it up on Facebook. I think I put it on my page also. Facebook/Professor Griff.me. It's Supermarket Secrets and Deception Part 1. Supermarket Secrets and Deception. Yeah, we're going to take the call because we're kind of running out of time. Time got by me. I didn't even know it was 10 minutes to 10. But anyway, we got a caller on the line. Calling from the 336 area code. It's Professor Griff of Serious Minds Radio. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, Lord. I'm scared. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Peace to God. How you feel, man? What's good with you?
I'm good. I'm good, Lord. Man, it's a great topic tonight.
Those pork sandwiches, man. You good?
No pork on my fork. Let's believe that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Pork like white women. To see me one, I'm holding for the police.
Oh, I hear you, man. How about the swine on your mind?
No, not that either. Hey, I'm not messing with you, Griff. I'm not even going down there because I know I can't beat you talking like that. I'm done.
So what's going on, man?
No, I just wanted to say, in the book, Making of the White Man by Paul Lawrence Guthrie, he talks about when they started eating, how they were eating meat, how they would come down. It's one people that we know wear horns in history, and it's the Vikings. They used to call them the Horn Men in the ancient land of Mazandaran, which is one of the ancient names for the Caucasus Mountain. So when they used to come down, they used to take a boulder, bust an animal in the head, and eat them on raw, right on the spot. Horns, and eat them raw. They call it tartar.
Is that why they go to the restaurant and you see them, they have their steaks rare?
Yes, sir, without a doubt. This goes back to their history. And so they said if they didn't find a man, if they came upon a man that wasn't wearing horns and animal skins just like him, they would bust a human being in the head and eat him on the spot raw too. So it's funny. It's funny because when you study this history, when they go back, when they say the time of antiquity, way back to the time of antiquity, that means it go back so far that they don't know.
Right.
So when they say this was during the time of the Dark Ages. But the Dark Ages just wasn't when white folks was up there in Europe burning up books and the Moors had to come up there and we had to come up there and civilize them for the Renaissance period. When they say the Dark Ages, this is when white people ruled, when black people ruled the entire earth. This is why they call it the Dark Ages. But if you don't know their history, they'll be fooling you.
Right. Exactly.
But that's what I want to say, God, or I was explaining the other time about when you say that Spanish is another European language, the darker you are, the more light-skinned you are because you hold the whole color array.
Right.
The red, the yellow, the black, the green, the indigo, the violet, and the ultraviolet that you don't see. So we know Spanish is another European language. So if I say black in Spanish, it's a term of infection. You say negro, right? But if I say black in Spanish, if I say white in Spanish, I say blanco, meaning white, right?
Right.
But it doesn't mean white, it means Paleolithic man. And the biological term for Paleolithic man is troglodyte nigger. And I'm saying this to say that he knew how to make niggers because he was a nigger.
That's critical, man.
And that's all I got to say. Lord, I love you, man. Peace.
Love you too, Lord. All right, you be all right? Don't hurt nobody.
Yes,
Busting brain vessels, man. All right, man.
All right, peace, almighty.
Peace, brother. Shakir, one of them kind of brothers. We get off the phone, man. You got to go plug back up, man. Just get rejuvenated. Brother be dropping jewels. Caller from the, see if I can call on. Caller from the 504 area code. It's Professor Griff on Serious Minds Radio. What's good with you?
Yo, what's happening, Griff? This is Mario Abney. How you doing, King?
Mario Abney from the Abney Effect. What's
yeah.
What's
oh,
good?
well, enjoying what y'all doing, man. I was calling in because I got a brother back in Ohio, a good friend of mine.
Brother.
He does his he practices this lifestyle where he doesn't he fasts a lot, and he's eliminated mucus containing foods out of his diet because he's come to find and through these studies that disease also stays in mucus in the digestive tract and in the colon.
All right.
And I was asking him, so why do people start at death, and start looking all skinny when they, they stop eating, and he, as he was doing his process, he was starting to look skinny, and he, but he was talking about how your body feasts on the toxins that's in the lining of your colon. So when you start to fast and you go and you stop eating, it's not that you're actually starving to death per se, it's that your body is eating poison because it is used to eating and it turns to consuming Right. The poison, and he was just talking about how over time we can change our physiology, so that it would, line up with our spiritual sense of our being and everything like that. Cat is named Mike Goki. Mike Goki. He's also a musician, and his book is Spira Speaks. And,
what is it?
Spira, 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 my bad, SPEAKS, and it's just basically dealing with the mucusless diet healing system. And it's pretty deep. So I just wanted to call in, and maybe some of the listeners out there might have heard of it. Yeah, but Professor, man. So that's what's cracking, man. But thanks for all that you're doing, my brother.
Nah, thanks. Give the greetings to your queen, man, and tell her.
Queen right here. She be listening in.
Nice
she want to chat in right quick.
Yeah.
Yo, Professor Griff, just wanted to let y'all know I love everything that y'all doing.
Oh, give thanks. I heard you was nice on the ones and twos. What's popping with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get better. I actually just started like around Christmas, but the human mind is so great. You can learn how to do anything. You can learn how to sing if you never sang before. So I'm getting better and better.
I'm gonna reserve my singing for the shower because that's kind of ugly. But anyway, but I'm gonna see y'all down in New Orleans a little bit later on this month in the Effect, and we're gonna do some lecturing and some talking, some building over some jazz music, and like you said, they can bring the instruments and come get down. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you bring your instrument or your voice, whatever you got.
My instrument, for real. Peace. Y'all take care.
Peace.
Peace, Brother Mario and his wife from the Abney Effect down in New Orleans. Gonna make it happen at the end of the month. And I thought I got scared for a minute. I thought they was gonna ask what instrument you play. I was gonna you ever remember back in the day they used to do the they used to play the rubber band. You take the rubber band. Anyway, y'all ain't up on that. But anyway, it was a very interesting show. We kind of dealt with this meat out, the live it or the diet. They kind of approached it in a different way, but it was beautiful. Tassili Deputy set it off. And the meet out, once again, is going to be Sunday, April 10th from 2 to 7 p.m. All right, it's a panel discussion, the spirituality of eating and how food affects the mind, body, and spirit. Dr. Richardson, Dr. Thomas, Tassili, Dr. B, of course, my man, Chef Zoo. And brothers and sisters, please support the GoFundMe page for the Artifactual, the movie, Dr. Khalid El Akeem, and we're gonna kind of put this movie together so we can kind of preserve our factual history through the artifacts. All right, beautiful kind of concept. We're gonna bring it to life and actually make it happen. I'm gonna put some information up on on both of my pages on Facebook, and we're gonna make a commercial. We're gonna send it out so everybody can know what's going on. Whether you give a food stamp, dollar, dime, or just give it some damn attention, something. All right, pass it along. Nonetheless, contribute because we're definitely gonna need your energy to pull it off. All right. I wish I could take a couple more callers. I just can't. It's like 9:56. Time crept up on me. Here's a couple of books I want to leave y'all with. How to Eat to Live, Book 1 and Book 2 by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. As KRS-One mentioned, food masquerading as drugs or drugs masquerading as food. Dr. Suzar, of course, Medicine by Dr. Scott Whitaker. All of Dr. Vale Africa's books. Just Google him. About 5 books that'll come up along with about 500 to 500 DVDs titles that he had. I am going to do the DVD sale coming up in a couple of weeks. All right. I'm searching far and wide for some new DVD titles for y'all, some stuff that y'all probably haven't seen. I'm going to dig back into the files, into the library, and see what I can pull up for y'all. All right, cool. All right, brothers and sisters, of course, y'all know I'm going to be in San Antonio on Friday. Of course, y'all know I'm going to be in Baltimore on Saturday. And then later on in the month, I'm going to be in Dallas, Texas on April 23rd. I know I'm forgetting something. Nashville, Tennessee, man. I almost forgot Nashville. That's a shame. I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, the 14th, the 28th, and I believe it's going to be on the 12th. It's April 14th, which is a Thursday, April 28th, which is a Thursday, and Thursday, May 12. All right, I'm dealing with the black unified God theory. The 3-part lecture, I'm going to be dealing with who stole the soul, symbology, and the psychotechnology of brainwashing and mind control. Akabulan Images Bookstore, 2721 Jefferson Street, Nashville, Tennessee. The number to call is 615-321-4111. All right, 615-321-4111. As always, I love you all to life. Revolution is not an event. It's definitely a process, and be part of the process, brothers and sisters. All right, it's Professor Griff. I'm signing the hell out. Shout out to BedX. All right, peace.
YouTube.com/openupyourmind101